What's up guys, welcome to Weddle Visuals. My name is Jesus Martinez and I'm a part-time creator based in San Diego trying to go full-time. I will be documenting my journey to show you guys the real hustle behind growing into a full-time creator. Make sure you subscribe to follow the journey, guys. Today I wanted to talk about my regrets on buying a drone. Let's jump into it. So you got a new drone. Got it out of the box, set it up, watch your first tutorial on YouTube and started flying. That's awesome, right? But then you stumble on all these other videos or do a little bit more research into it and realize that there is more to drone laws than one expected. At least if you didn't do that much homework like me. I saw one great video and realized, hey, I need some drone footage, because when it looks something like this, you definitely want that in all your videos. I think everybody would benefit from nice location shots from a drone, but it comes down to so many restrictions that I personally wasn't that aware of when I bought my drone. I was aware that you couldn't fly near airports and certain things, but I figured, you know what? Can't be that bad. Once I got my drone, I actually heard of this app called AirMap, which I actually downloaded into my phone and I recommend you guys get it. It actually shows you the no-fly zones in your area. It shows you where the heliports and the airports are and their actual distance where you cannot get near. Now, this isn't to say you can't fly near them, because you can, but you just have to call all of them and notify them that you're flying in their zone. So it makes it a bit of a hassle, especially when you got 10 or 15 places to call, especially if you're just doing it for a hobby. I mean, do you really want to take the time to call all these airports, all these heliports to make sure you can fly your drone? According to this AirMap, I'm only free to fly all the way up in Julian, which is about a 30-40 minute drive from where I am at. And it's a very nice area with a lot of mountains and pine trees. It is up in the hills, but I wanted my drone to fly in downtown. I wanted to get those gnarly city shots, but I can't really do it unless I call about 10-15 heliports and the airport to notify them, make sure you're not gonna be in their way. If I'm really feeling like doing it, maybe one day I'll take the time to call them all and actually get some drone shots. But again, I can't be flying over people. I don't know how I will make that work. Another thing I had in mind, but it didn't really click until I had the drone in my hands, is these things are super fragile. Now, I've been really lucky because I've crashed it like maybe one time. But it's still working. Surprisingly, my drone still flies and it's still taking photos and videos. Not so often because now I'm kind of sketched out what I'm going to be flying and I'm not trying to get a ticket or be sued by the FAA, but keep in mind that these things are very expensive, and when it comes down to you crashing them, it's kind of tough to risk $1,000 just on a single flight. So my recommendation to anybody thinking of buying a drone is buy those toy drones and to start flying with those, get the hang of it before you actually get into that pro level drone, because it's a huge jump. Or just buy the big drone and go out into the fields where there's nothing around you and you're 100% sure that you can drive that thing without crashing it. Now, the last thing is, if you're actually planning on getting this drone for YouTube and making money off of it, or using this drone for actual commercial shoots, say realtor, weddings, you actually need to get a license to fly this commercially. Then again, a lot of more time comes into that because now you have to study for this test and it's not free. I believe it's $150 to take the test. Now you got to get ready for it. I've seen a couple videos where people are talking about certain classes that teach them how to actually fly. You don't necessarily need them, but I mean, of course, wouldn't be a bad idea if you're actually trying to learn this whole thing and pass that test on the first try. I mean, it is $150 just to take the test. So that's one thing that I've been actually considering, and I think I'm gonna take the step forward onto that within the next couple of months. I'm gonna try and get that drone license because honestly, it's really nice when it comes down to editing and you have these amazing drone shots for your edits. I think it is totally worth it, but you must be aware of all these tiny restrictions and laws that are coming into play when it comes down to drones. They are so much fun to fly, they are so much fun to edit, but it is a pain in the butt to get all this stuff going. And for someone that's starting out, I would definitely tell them do not buy a drone, because it is a huge amount of cash that one has to put up front for a drone. And then to later find out you can't really fly it unless you get a license and all these other things put into place. So guys, make sure you know what you're doing when you're buying a drone. Don't do the mistake I did. Make sure you've gone through the air map and seen all the locations you can fly, and you're aware of how much work you have to put in to actually fly in cool areas around the city where there's no people. Remember, restrictions. Make sure you got all these restrictions down. All right guys, if you guys like this type of video and like this type of content, make sure you like this video. It definitely makes a difference. Make sure you subscribe for more upcoming content about this. And if you want to check out my work, go to Wedo Visuals on my Instagram. Same thing on Twitter. Kind of new to Twitter still, getting the hang of it. Anyways guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Peace.